for the country to make sure that we improve on our national food security. The President has therefore directed that we mechanize all our farms, and therefore in the course of this year, we are going to mechanize all our prison farms that are arable across the country with new equipment, including tractors, combined harvesters, and depending on the crops, different agricultural implements and equipment and farm inputs to make sure that we modernize the productivity of our prison farms. And that is going to cost the government 2 billion shillings across the country. And on the issue of decongestion, I mentioned about the judiciary, suspended sentences, and community service. But I also should emphasize on ADR, alternative dispute resolution, as requested by the MP for Mwea and the PS. We want to encourage alternative dispute resolution. Ndio kesi zingine zisiende kotini, watu wasikizane. Kama mmekosea mtu, msikizane, muandikanie vile mtamalizana kesi zenu, mumalizie huko badala ya kukuja na kurudikana hapa mahakamani. Vile vile rais ameamuru ya kwamba kama njia moja ya kupunguza mrundikano wa wafungwa katika magereza yetu, ni lazima tutumie ule utaratibu ambao unaitwa presidential pardon ama msamaha wa rais, na ameagiza kamati ambayo ni kamati ya inaitwaje, kamati, the committee of mercy. What is mercy in Kiswahili? Kamati ya msamaha ama huruma. Sasa hiyo kamati rais ameamrisha tuhakikishe tuko na watu wa kutosha, na sitaki kusema sasa, lakini utasikia katika miezi michache Mheshimiwa Rais atatangaza idadi kubwa ya wale ambao wataachiliwa katika hiyo. Ni vizuri kuweka tabia mzuri, kwa sababu opportunity ama nafasi kama hii ikikuja, bila shaka unakuwa katika huo mpango. Kwa hivyo in a matter of a few years we are going to have very, very habitable prisons, comfortable areas where we concentrate on rehabilitating and bringing in discipline on you as opposed to punishing you and putting you to live under stressful conditions. Nimeona some of your facilities here, I can't imagine that these are our facilities. It should not be like this. This is right. This is not right. It is wrong. It is actually wrong. So we'll go all the way to make sure that we correct some of these problems. Judicial visits. Umeuliza mambo ya judicial visits. Nitaongea na jaji mkuu. I think she's out of the country at the moment, but I will look for her in the course of the next week so that we can have that request processed. Vile vile mumesema mambo ya court users committees. I think that's the same process. That is something that I want to discuss with the CJ when she returns to the country. Mumeuliza lunch, wale ambao wanaenda katika mentions za cases, mumeuliza lunch na pia kuruhusiwa kuongea na familia. I don't see anything wrong with talking to members of your family. The only challenge I know with Commissioner General PS, maybe the budget may not be enough to give you lunch. And what I'm being told by both the PS and the Commissioner General is that the budget constraint is a lot, that not only, it's not just you who do not get lunch, even our officers don't get lunch. So it's a big problem. It is unfair. I think it's not right. I am therefore going to look for money to make sure that effective next month every inmate and every officer attending court has both lunch, and for the inmates, I direct they be allowed to greet their relatives. There is no harm. Say hi to a family member in a limited sense, so that again you don't lose your humanity. There is a way it can be done without compromising the security, but at the same time it really doesn't cost a lot. There must be arrangements. Maybe you will not speak to all your relatives, but maybe you can speak to a spouse, a child, an immediate member, 1-2 minutes. Those arrangements we can make administratively and make sure that we comply. So from 1st of June, every inmate and every officer attending court must be provided with lunch, and the inmates must be allowed to speak to an immediate family member, just in, within the boundaries, of course, of the security requirements of containment. Very well. Vile vile mmeuliza mambo ya paralegal. PS, I just want you to look at what is required to post a paralegal here. I can get some budget somewhere. Sababu sasa nimefika hapa, alafu wamesema wanataka paralegal. I cannot say no. So just let me know what is required. We will provide a budget. From 1st of June, kuwe na paralegal wa hii jela. Even if it's in contractual, local contracts, for 2-3 years as we renewable, we can have that arrangement in case you are constrained.
I think it's a case from Nairobi, because in Nairobi we have volunteer organizations.
Hawa hataki volunteer, wanataka paralegal yao hapa ya kuwasaidia. Nitakutafutia pesa ya kulipa. Wako na bahati, unajua ni siku yao. Wacha tu. Mambo ya uniform tumemaliza. Mambo ya fast tracking of withdrawal of cases. I think Commissioner General needed to take that up. That's an administrative matter. Once the DPP has withdrawn charges, there must be a timeline within which that withdrawal should be affected. That timeline should be in a matter of days, if not hours. So work out a program. Maybe when we go back to Nairobi, let me know what is a good timeline. I want to announce as a policy directive across the country, so that we don't have people whose cases have been withdrawn, but the process is taking long. And I'll also engage the DPP to make sure that we have a seamless withdrawal process for those whose cases have been withdrawn. Mambo ya upanzi wa miti, Mheshimiwa Rais ameagiza ya kwamba taifa hili limekuwa jangwa, na amesema ya kwamba nafasi yoyote ambayo tuko nayo katika Kenya tupande miti. Ameagiza sana ardhi ya magereza, 20% ya ardhi yote yetu ya magereza iwe na miti, so that we can save our country from climate change. Lazima tukabiliane na mabadiliko ya hewa ambayo yameleta ukosefu wa mvua na ukosefu wa chakula katika taifa letu. Sehemu nyingi katika nchi yetu, hata zile zilikuwa zinapata mvua ya kutosha, siku hizi hatupati mvua ya kutosha. Kenya karibu ikuwe jangwa nchi nzima. Kwa hivyo kulingana na hiyo agizo la Rais, ningetaka PS, you have to monitor progress. I want to be updated every month how many trees have been planted and how far we are towards achieving or implementing the presidential directive of 20% of all land belonging to our correctional services being under tree cover. Nitaongea na staff kidogo hapo nje, lakini najua mambo ya mishahara yao iko chini, marupurupu yao iko chini, mambo ya nyumba zao. I think there's a lot of work to be done here. But I want to assure you, on behalf of the government, that we will modernize our correctional services. And I want to be taken to account 5 years today, when President Ruto is asking for re-election. We will measure, and I want to assure you there will be a big difference concerning the welfare of our prisoners and remandees, as well as the welfare of the officers who are doing a good job to make sure that our correctional facilities are properly protected, and also in the process they are assisting us to rehabilitate offenders in preparation for reintegration in the society. Nataka niachie hapo, na washukuru sana. Nitarudi tena, nisiporudi PS atarudi, PS asiporudi Commissioner General atarudi, lakini tutarudi sisi zote. Every time we have a chance, we'll pass by here, tuwasalamie na tufuatilie mambo tumesema mahali imefika.